From Nashville, Tennessee, it's the Cameo Bobo Show live in Music City with host Cameo Bobo. With guests, Dr. Jewel Tankard, comedian Jay Flake, Mason's Hot Dogs with co-host Janard Krause.
And now your host, Miss Cameo Bobo.
Thank y'all so much. Y'all look amazing. Thank y'all for being here. Listen, it wouldn't be a show without the viewers and the audience, so give yourself a round of applause, okay? Let me tell you who we have coming tonight. First up, we have an international powerhouse speaker, financial advisor, and just a wonderful all-around person by the name of Jewel Tankard. Have y'all ever heard of her? Yes, so y'all excited? We're going to get to hear from her. We also have a comedian. His name is Jay Flake, and he is about to have y'all falling out. And last but not least, we do something here on the Cameo Bobo Show called You Hungry. Does anybody in here know what it's like to be hungry? Yeah. I sure do. We have street-style food prepared tonight by Mason's Hot Dogs. So that is going to be so good, guys. So stay tuned for that. And we have a special treat for you guys, all of the audience members. So viewers, if you're watching, you need to come and be a part of the show because everybody in the audience today gets to eat with us. Mason's Hot Dogs is going to serve you guys. So you excited about that? All right. I think they're ready, Janard. I think they're ready. Who do we have coming up first?
Cameo, first up, we have the hilariously talented comedian, Jay Flake.
How y'all doing today? Cameo Bobo Show. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Let me tell y'all something. I'm on the road a lot, traveling with comedy. My wife works from home most of the time. So I do a lot of the grocery shopping these days. I like to give respect to those who used to do the grocery shopping and still do the grocery shopping all the time. I didn't know it was levels to grocery shopping. I had no clue. Like, my favorite store is Publix. I love Publix. You know what I'm saying? I love Publix. They got the best fried chicken that your grandmama ain't made. You know what I mean? Like, I get that chicken, I be like, who grandmama back there cooking? I know good and well. Ain't nobody regular back there. Somebody with some big arms back there making that fried chicken. Now, the thing is with Publix is that, you know, I only get my meats and produce. Anything that come in a can or a box, we got to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain to your 10-year-old child why the Lucky Charms is $7 here and they 2 for $5 at Kroger. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to explain it. So I got a trick, though. I got kids. So we walk in, the kids get the free cookies. My job at that time is play a game of hide and go seek before they can find me so they won't ask for nothing extra. By the time they find me, they got crumbs around their mouth and I'm checking out. Beep, boop. No, too late. I already done checked out. And I love Publix because the customer service is so great. Customer service is wonderful. Like one time I was looking for something, and just Miss Brenda just popped out of nowhere. She was like, hey, baby, what you need help with? I was looking for the pecans, Miss Brenda. She was like, come with me, hold my hand. I said, are you my grandmama? She said, I could be. Tell you, I love Publix, man. I love Publix. Now, one place I hate to go to is Kroger. I'll be honest with y'all, I hate going to Kroger. No matter where you go in the United States, they got a Kroger. As soon as you put your pinky toe on that pavement, it's going to be somebody on the drugs that's going to find you. Like, hey, how you doing? Hey. And they got the same story. Me and my friend got into it, and I got dropped off here, but I need $4 to get to the other side of town. Hold on, time out. That don't even make sense. They won't show how much change I got, 25 cents, 35 cents. Then you go on the inside of Kroger, they pat you down. I get pat down at the club. I ain't never had to go to a grocery store and somebody stand like, all right, you getting a 2 for $5 special day? Don't forget, the plums is on sale too. We got 2 for $5 on the cereal, you know. And that ain't safe to me, you know. And then they got this thing where they be making it sound like it's thunderstorm in the room, and then they have the water sprinkling all over the fruits and vegetables. And you look in there, you look at the water real close, and they're like McDonald's sweet tea. You're like, hold on. Water ain't supposed to be this dirty now. We sending all that money over to Ukraine. They need to put it in every Kroger. You know what I mean? Bring that money over here. I thought we was done with Russia. You know what I mean? But they keep coming back up. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if we go to war with Russia, that's a white people war. Black people, y'all stay home. We ain't finna be fighting with Ukraine. We ain't got no problem with Russia. The only time we had an issue with Russia, I bet y'all can't even remember. Rocket 4. That's the last time we had an issue with Russia. When they killed Apollo Creed, every black person ready to go to Russia at that point in time. Then we found out it get cold over there. We was like, nah, that's all right. We'll be okay. Don't you worry about it. Like I said, I got kids. I got 3 daughters, man. I got 3 daughters. I'm married, man. I live with 4 women, man. Them girls ain't got no respect, you know what I'm saying? Because they be talking about me. You know what I mean? Like, they don't understand when I met their mom. I had a 4-pack. I had a nice little fade. I had waves. I had muscles. They did this to me. I gained this weight fooling around with them kids. They be making fun of them. They poking my stomach. Ooh, Dad, they feel like slime. Get out of here. Quit messing with me. Let me talk about your daddy like that. Nah, I got cheerleaders and dancers. So all of them, they all got little 6-packs, riblets, everything else. I be like, just wait. One day you gonna turn 30. You gonna eat a chicken nugget and gain 15 pounds for no reason. Don't you worry about that at all. Don't you worry about it. But I think I try to do some online workouts. But I didn't realize when they say it's gonna be a 7 to 10 minute online workout that it's straight through. Like, I didn't know it wasn't no breaks. Like, I should have known then the dude I was following, he had muscles right here. I didn't know you can get muscles under your armpit. Like, how is that possible? I said, I need somebody to do regular workouts. I'm going to start doing my own YouTube workouts. And when it hit about 5 minutes in, I'm going to disappear, come back with some water, sit on the bench and be like, all right, y'all. We tried to do 10 today, but I'm going to give you instructions if you want to keep going. If not, we done, we'll come back tomorrow. Like, you know, get somebody with a regular body like myself. You know what I mean? I'm the man of the house, and I'm going to let y'all know something. Men be scared sometimes, you know. If I wasn't fearful, I wouldn't have an alarm. I got an alarm system. Went off 2:30 in the morning. My wife looked at me and said, hey, don't you hear that? I put the covers on my head and turned around. I said, I paid taxes. The police will be here in 10 minutes. That's why I got the alarm system. So you got to go do something. So I take my shirt off. She said, what you doing? I said, don't worry about it. I get there to the hallway, and somebody funneling with the door. I said, I got a gun. You come through this door, I'm shooting you. Now, I told you my kid's disrespectful. I got a 9-year-old upstairs looking over to us. Daddy, you ain't even got no gun. I said, hold on, time out. Get your butt back in your room. So then I take my drawers off. Now I'm standing in the hallway butt naked. My thought process is, ain't nobody finna fight a butt naked man. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna rob somebody butt naked? He kicked the door open. I'm standing there butt naked like Superman. He says, are you naked? I said, I sure am. I said, I've been waiting for this my whole life. He said, you know what? Don't worry about it, dog. I got the wrong house. Don't worry about it. My name is Jay Flake. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
You are hilarious. That was funny. That was funny. So how'd you get your start in comedy?
It's a funny story.
Okay, good.
I was working my first healthcare job, I think, and I was training, and I was working with a lady, and I was doing my cutting up like normal.
Yeah.
And
you
she said,
I
always been cutting up. Always been cutting up. And she said, you missed your blessing. I said, what's that? She said, be a stand-up comedian. I said, I ain't missed that. I said, shoot, y'all remember Pops? Y'all remember Pops from Friday?
Yeah.
He did comedy all the way up till he died. John Witherspoon did comedy. Last show I seen him, he was 70-something years old.
You're right.
I said, I can do this all the way through. So I hit up a couple people, and they said, you know, we got some open mics. So I came to the open mic.
Wow.
I said, if I can get a quarter of the crowd laughing, I keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I had about 75% of the crowd laughing. It bug bit me, and I've been writing ever since. You know what I mean? Yeah, ever since.
Give it up for him.
Ever since.
So I love that you allow someone to speak into your life and you didn't reject it. You know, sometimes we reject stuff, but you received it because you knew in your heart that was right.
Yeah, you gotta try. You gotta try. The worst they could do is it didn't work out, and I never done it again.
Exactly. But tell me, what's your dream? Where do you want to take your comedy?
Oh man, the dream is, shoot, Steve Harvey job. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to
you want to be hosting TV
I'm trying to be hosting.
or radio? I'm trying to do it all.
I'm trying to do it all.
I love it. So tell me, how can we follow you? What do you have coming up next? So what's going on with you now?
J.Flake_comedy is the Instagram. Jake Flake Comedy is the Facebook. And I'm doing some touring myself. Just did Zanies this past weekend, and then I got to go to Alaska, Seattle, Washington.
Wow.
So we making big things happen.
Come on, give it up for him. All right. Well, will you be willing to come back for another another show and
Most
do
definitely.
some more stuff with
Most
me?
definitely. Most
Okay.
definitely. Most
Well,
definitely.
sounds good. All right. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back with our next guest.
Hey guys, it's your host, Cameo Bobo. Are you enjoying the show? We love to hear your feedback. Please send us a text at 321-471-3976. Also, follow us on Instagram at Cameo Bobo Show. And if you're watching this from YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe to our page. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Listen, guys, I'm so excited to introduce my first guest for tonight. She is an esteemed wealth builder. She is known for being on the TV reality show, The Tankards. She is a motivational speaker. She writes books. She's a pastor, and she does so much more. Please help me welcome to the Cameo Bobo Show, Dr. Jewel Tankard. Welcome, Dr. Jewel. You look beautiful. Thank you.
I'm loving all this.
Thank you. You don't have to bring it for you, girl. I have to bring it. Millionaires. Okay, I have to look like it. Okay. So let's hop straight into this conversation.
Yeah.
You are all about building wealth. You are all about building women and just building anyone up to their highest financial position.
Yeah.
How did you get that passion? Where did that develop?
So I grew up downtown Detroit, and my parents were the first African Americans to have a business downtown Detroit.
Wow.
And so we were blessed to, I grew up pretty much, in my mind, I thought we were wealthy. My parents had his and her Rolls Royce, his and her Mercedes. I had a Volvo, housekeepers, cooks, drivers.
This is the 80s?
This is, yeah, exactly. And we lost everything when I turned 19.
Wow.
Everything.
Wow.
And I was devastated. And I remember asking my mom a lot of questions like, hey, do we have anything invested? Do we have anything paid off? And her answer for everything was, your father said this, your father thought that. And I really got angry with her because my dad, even today, is a great producer of money, but my mom would have been a much better steward, manager, and investor, and she didn't trust her own instinct.
Wow.
And at that point, something triggered in me that I wanted to be wealthy, and then I was going to also respect my yes.
Wow. Give it up. Give it up. So what I really like about your story is you took lemons and made lemonade.
Yeah.
But you not only you acknowledged that feeling inside of you
Yeah.
and decided, with I'm sure God's help,
Yeah.
to make a move and to make changes. And I'm sure it was a journey.
Yeah, it was definitely a journey.
Yeah. But you through that journey you end up meeting your husband, right?
Yes.
Okay, she's married to Dr. Ben Tankard, international superstar, recording artist, former NBA player, and much more.
Yeah.
So tell us the story about how y'all met, because I love that story.
So backing up, talking about journey real quick.
Okay.
When that happened with my parents, I started dating drug dealers because I wanted.
You needed that money.
I wanted that life. That's what.
Yeah.
And then I ended up in church, really giving my life to the Lord because I thought I was about to pray one out. And I found out, and that's when I realized that was not God's plan.
Okay.
But anyway, I was at a concert. A Ben Tankard concert, sitting like on the second row, and I felt like he kept looking at me. So I grabbed my lip gloss, put it on.
Get cute real quick.
Listen, I got cute with it. Let's get my praise on.
Yeah.
And he came up to me during intermission and said, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. You're supposed to be my wife."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's literally, honest to God, what happened. He took me, I toured his tour bus that night with my aunt. We talked all that night to about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And we're married about a year and a half later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give it up. And that's been how many years?
It has been 22 years.
22 years.
Yeah.
Black love. 22 years. Both successful and ambitious.
Yeah.
So tell me this: when you met Dr. Ben, did you feel like you had you guys' destinies were connected?
I definitely did. I mean, honestly, even when I was looking at him that night, I was like, "Ooh, Lord, you know what I like? Tall, bald-headed, chocolate."
Yeah.
You know,
he had the look.
Yeah, he had that look, and he was praising God, and he was edifying, and he was funny. I definitely felt like our destinies were connected. The first thing I said to him was, it was so corny, but the first thing I said is, "Do you have anybody praying for you?"
Wow.
And
Men,
so,
did y'all hear that? question.
Yeah.
Didn't have to do with sex. Had to do with the good Lord. That's a good woman there. Okay, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, and so I've been his biggest cheerleader, and I think that a man, the choice that he makes in the woman is very important, because it'll determine whether or not he gets his destiny or not.
I love it.
Men need cheerleaders. They need people that believe in them. You can't just nag them all the time. You got to let them know, baby, I see the God in you, and push them a little here, push them a little there, not nag. And then you keep creating and becoming the woman that will inspire him.
And that's what I love that I see you do. Yeah, give it up. Dr. Jewel is a mother, she's also a wife, but she's also herself. And I love how you show up on social media and just show up in the world and you're yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't lose that. And kudos to you for not losing that and realizing that there's power in being yourself in order to be a good wife and a good mother and whatever else you're doing in life. But I want to know about the first time you became a millionaire when we come back from this commercial break, okay?
All right, girl.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, Dr. Jewel, tell me about when you became a millionaire. When did you make your first million, and how did you make it?
So I made my first million because I was working for a company called Nextel. Y'all remember this?
Yeah, the cell phone.
Phone with the two-way radio. And I had a good friend of mine and mentor. He said, hey, do you want to start your own? And I was like, yeah. And so I was able to start my own franchise in the city of Detroit, and I was the first minority owned down there, and it just blew up. And I started needing to hire people. The checks kept coming. And yeah, so that's where I ended up making my first million.
With cell phones. She was at the beginning of it, right? You were at the beginning.
At the beginning, like the two-way. That was the thing, because cell phones had been out, but that two-way radio, everybody was using it. Contractors, big electrical companies, water companies, and so that's where it happened.
So another thing I like about you, I know I keep complimenting you, but another thing I like about what you do is you keep it in your hometown. And I love how you were in the front of the wave of the housing in Detroit. So tell us about what you've been doing in Detroit the last 10 years or 8 years?
Yeah, so 2016, I was blessed to after that make, multiple millions in the oil business and gold and silver and real estate. And so I started investing in the city of Detroit in like the inner city. You know what I'm saying? And so we were buying houses for $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 every week for a while, and revitalizing them and putting good tenants in there. I was working with the city of Detroit to bring a lot of revitalization. And so I did that on the single family level. And I can't say I was running it the right way. I was running it kind of ghetto.
But you was in the game.
But I was in the game.
You was in the game,
And I learned from that. You know what I'm saying? I learned from that. And so now, last year, I had already kind of felt a strong impression in my heart to go back into the inner city, but this time do multifamily. So now I'm buying apartment buildings and duplexes and triplexes, and I'm helping a whole community of people who look like me, who never thought that they could have invested, maybe because they don't have a lot of money or maybe because their credit is not good. So we have a whole financial ecosystem that I've been put together by God's grace that helps people with their credit, their funding. We have relationships with banks. One of the banks that we use is owned by a black girl, my sister Benicia Poole Watson, who owns her own bank, and we're approving. Pretty much if I send you to one of the banks, then you're going to get approved.
Wow.
Yeah, you're gonna get approved.
So if somebody's watching or somebody's in the room and they want more information about what you're doing and want to be a part of that, how would you tell them to do that?
Yeah, just follow me on Instagram or TikTok and just send me a DM or a message, and I'll make sure either myself or somebody on the team will reach out to you. But we really are passionate. We're in a housing crisis right now. Rents are going up $100 to $500 with very little notice, within 30 days. And so if you don't become an owner of not just the property that you live in, but if you don't become an owner and start investing, you will probably have more money transferred away from you. The biggest wealth transfer is going to happen in the asset of real estate. So I'm really passionate about helping our people get into real estate. These big companies are wanting to become mega landlords and buying 800 doors in a month. And so I'm saying, listen, you need to not just believe for one investment property or two, but let us help you get 5. Let us help you get 10. Let us help you get 20, because that rent roll every single month is coming in, and now that's cash coming too. to you. It's a Rockefeller model. It's why his wealth today still takes care of 55 family members.
Wow.
His business has been out of business, but he took a lot of his profit and he put it back into the ground. People will always need a place to stay.
Wow. Before you leave, I want to do a little game of this or that, okay?
All right.
So tell me, if you have $10,000, would you say I need to spend my $10,000 paying off my debts, or would you say I need to spend my $10,000 investing?
I would definitely say invest, because when you invest, your money multiplies, it works for you.
Okay.
And you can use the return on the investment to pay off your debt.
Gotcha.
You never want to take all your money and pay off your debt, because once it's paid off, it's gone. But if I can take that money and turn it into $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, I'll have an infinite return coming in that will not just pay off one debt, but will keep me debt free.
I love that.
Yeah.
So would you say invest in property, or what do you think the best investments are right now?
I think the best investments right now are property, and you don't have to spend a lot of money on property. Gold is important to have. Okay. Silver is important to have. We have an auto save program where you can get gold and silver to come to you every single month for, $150 a month.
Wow.
A lot of times people feel like you gotta wait to become wealthy to start investing. You can make $30,000 a year and start investing. The key is to start.
Okay. Last question. Should we be debt free, or should we have good credit?
I think that we need to have good credit. I think debt-free maybe on a personal level, like personal car, personal house. But when you start investing, investors never pay off their apartment buildings, because the idea is not to pay them off. The idea is to make sure that they're cash flowing and that they stay in good standing. So, so investing is always going to be the #1 thing. And I tell people, you got to be careful who your wealth mentor is. I love Dave Ramsey. My book is right next to his in Barnes & Noble. Thank you, Lord. But the reality is Dave teaches get out of debt.
He does.
He has wealth. He doesn't teach how to stay wealthy. So he really is for the person who just wants to stay in middle America. If you want to become wealthy, you got to get somebody who's going to show you how to use debt the right way.
I love it. I love it. Give it up for Dr. Jewel. If there is an aspiring millionaire watching, or millionaire man guy watching, what would you tell them? What do they need to do first? What type of mindset should they be working on?
Yeah, I would tell them to connect to a wealth community, because wealth communities have wealth conversations, they have wealth strategies,
Come on, preach.
and they have wealth decisions, right? And then I would tell them to respect their own financial instincts. Sometimes your spouse may not want to invest. Sometimes your spouse may not to go with you. Your good friend, your best friend, stop looking for other people's approval who don't have what you want.
Woo! Girl, this was so juicy. We're going to have you back for another episode. Okay. Thank you so much for being on the show. You guys, all the information about Dr. Jewel, we'll be providing that. And give it up for her one more time. We'll be after this commercial break. Segment, and our next guest is serving up street style food with a creative twist. Please welcome to the Cameo Bobo Show, Mason's Hot Dogs. Welcome to the show, guys. Thank you. Yes.
Pleasure to be here.
So happy to have you guys. So tell me, how did you start this street style hot dogs business?
Well, we started this in 2017.
Okay.
We had a son, and his name is Mason. We have a son, his name is Mason.
Okay.
And we're a little older. One of us older than the other.
Okay.
And
Just wiser.
Wiser than the other, okay.
So our biggest thing was to start a future for him. Something
Wow,
that
legacy.
Exactly. Something
Yes.
that he can kind of take on one day, because it's like a business that's steady growing. Food is a comfort thing for people.
Yeah, we'll eat it all our lives.
Yeah, all your lives.
Not going out of style. We're gonna eat.
Yep. That person I knew that didn't eat died.
Yeah.
So we are wanting to, start a legacy for him and our other kids as well. We wanted them to be able to know that you can start and do anything. Like Nashville is an it city. so you can build from wherever. So
Okay.
we started with a hot dog.
Well, what did you bring us today?
So today we brought 4 of our hot dogs.
All right.
Which is
Whoop, whoop.
a chili and cheese and slaw.
Okay, let's try that one first.
Okay,
This one is that one.
over in the corner. Yep.
Okay. You ready, Janard? Janard always
We thought they
ready.
only wanted one. They said they wanted all 4.
Okay.
Good.
So all our hot dogs are grilled.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yes.
Grilled beef? Is this beef or what's this?
100% Angus beef, and all the toppings are homemade.
Okay, no can.
Yes.
No can chili. Y'all
West
made this
Tennessee.
chili.
I don't know what can is.
West Tennessee. Don't bring no can.
All right.
How do you like it, Janard?
Good.
It's delicious. Okay. What we have on this?
Okay, the next is the cheesy bacon.
And
which is cheese
point out to
and
me.
bacon. This one right here.
Cheese and bacon. So how did y'all come up with your toppings? How did you figure out what to put on these hot dogs?
Well, I am a little weird, so I like to. I just like whatever I see, like the artichokes that go on the hot dog. Why not? I mean, so really it was just more of I wanted to be creative. I'm a hairstylist as well by trade, so I am into being creative. That's just something I love to do. So I was like, let's just start putting just crazy stuff on hot dogs, and people just love them. Like that's like the biggest thing. We go places, we shut everything down with our hot dogs because we do some crazy toppings.
What's your craziest topping?
Oh, we do the kitchen sink. So that's everything that we offer.
Threw it all in.
Yes, like
Okay.
all this right here, like the hot dog is so big, people are like, oh my goodness, I need a fork and to sit down.
It's delicious.
Yes, thank
Some
you.
of the
Did you
other
enjoy
ones-
that one?
Some of the other
That was
ones
really
too, obviously, with the one with the macaroni and bacon, that's a top seller.
Yeah.
Especially for the people late at night.
Yeah, that's the joint.
And then we
hot
got a
dog.
junkyard one that has fries on it. You
Oh,
can get fries with the
I
chili
love
cheese
it.
and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you guys are gonna treat the audience to some of these today, right?
We are.
Y'all excited about that? The next one we're gonna
So
try.
the next hot dog is, we'll try the mac and cheese last. Let's do
Okay,
the
last.
pulled porker.
Okay.
And that's pulled pork, onions, and peppers.
Oh, we girl.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's see. What?
I think they would have been mad if you said they weren't getting it.
Oh my God.
They're about to
Pulled
come
pork
get
on a
you.
hot dog.
Yes, yes.
Oh, it's delicious.
My God.
So where can we find you? Like if we wanted to come and support you during the week or weekends, where do you guys station?
So we are a concession tent. So we pop up at events. We do festivals. We do reunions. We do company picnics. We are really just everywhere. So that's why we always tell everybody to follow us on Facebook. From Facebook, our future is to get a storefront. We're working on that. You know.
Okay, cool.
And I also have a container building downtown on Riverfront.
Just
yeah.
follow us.
Just
Yeah.
follow us.
Yeah.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you need us to come to you, we will come. Just follow us on Facebook.
Right.
Yes.
Send a
yes.
message.
All right, I love it. Okay, so what's the last hot dog? I think we're ready for the macaroni and cheese.
The macaroni
yeah,
and cheese.
Okay.
Cheese
That's
and mac.
really that was really one of the first hot dogs I did because when we met, I was a poor barber. Not really. I just had to make her think
Right,
that.
right.
And, so I was eating
So that was the
macaroni
excuse
and hot
to eat
dogs.
macaroni and hot dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
It was really cheap. That's all it was. But now it's
Well, it
just,
is delicious.
yeah, it's turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
I tried this one earlier and I added barbecue sauce. Oh, it was so good.
Yes. And the barbecue sauce is homemade. Has like
Can't tell her.
I wanted to ask that, but I thought,
it's got a little kick in there, like
It
jalapenos
does.
and
It's
stuff
so
like that.
good.
Yes. Yep.
you love it, Janard?
Yeah. Now, what did y'all use to like flavor and sweeten that pulled pork?
Well, I can't tell you.
Okay.
It was good though, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
holla at me.
Holla at me, man. You can buy a pound if you want it.
All right. That's funny. So tell us again how we can stay in touch with you, where we can come order, we can
Okay.
support.
So on Facebook, follow us. Like I said, follow us on Facebook. We're on TikTok and Instagram as well. We don't post as much on there, but we are on Facebook and we're very active on there.
We're
And,
over 40, so it's obviously Facebook.
Right. We're not very social savvy. And just request us. I mean, we do catering and stuff like that. I cater everything, so not just hot dogs. This is just something we enjoy doing.
Part of what you
Exactly.
The hot dogs were really
Yeah.
just a gateway. We do a lot of catering now. We also have an event space.
Wow.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
We have an event space too that can hold, so we try to do it all at once. We try to give you a place
Yeah.
to come, place to eat,
Yes.
and we do it all for you from decorating
Yes.
to whatever.
I love it. Well, thank you guys for being on the Cameo Bobo Show.
Most
Many
definitely.
blessings.
Thank
We
you
will
so
be
much.
supporting. And hopefully we'll have you back again. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with the Mom the Motivation next up.
This episode of the Cameo Bobo Show is brought to you by Kristen Head Turning Crochet.
Listen, we've now come to the moment of motivation. This is the time where I like to spend a little moments with you and motivate you and inspire you to be great, as I believe each of us were created to be. So today's message is all about saying no to the distractions. All of us know that life will throw you plenty of distractions. Life is set up to look like we are not going to win. Life is set up to look like we will not get where we want to be. Life is set up to look like we're losing time. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough resources. But today I encourage you to ignore the distractions. The distractions are set to convince you not to be great. The distractions are there to make you feel bad, make you feel like you're the only one, to keep you stagnant. But what I encourage you to do is say no to the distractions and believe that you are a powerful being on this earth. Believe that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Believe that you are created for success, and believe that you are powerful. Believe that your words have power and that you have influence. No matter if anyone pays you attention right now, if you begin to walk the walk, eventually you will see the results that you desire to have. If anybody looks at me as inspired by my life or inspired by anything I do, just know that it's been a journey. I haven't always been respected. I haven't always been looked at as someone who is talented, but I've always been talented. I've always deserved respect. But I never let how other people treated me stop me from being Cameo Bobo. And now here I am with my own television show. So whoever you are, whatever your first and last name is, I'm telling you right now that you were made to be respected, you're unique, and you are the way you are for a reason. And God wants to use that to do something great in this world, to show the world a side of him that the world hasn't seen yet. And don't you dare let life's troubles, hardships, pains, or setbacks stop you from doing that. You can do it. I believe in you. I got love for you. And I say, take yourself seriously. Take your gifts seriously. Step out. Do it. Stop staying in fear and stop thinking about what everybody else got to say about you. Because just because they're not going after their goals don't mean you can't do yours. So I say go for it. I say no to the distractions. And I say yes to life. As always, I love you guys. Thank y'all for being here with me today. Thank you so much to Jay Flake, Dr. Jewel Tankard. Thank you so much for Mason's Hot Dogs and my awesome co-host, Janard Krause. Until the next show, we'll see you later. Cameo Bobo Show live in Music City. We'd love to hear your feedback and thoughts. Please reach out to us at cameobobo.com and hit that TV show link. Until then, we'll see you on the next episode.